Okay, welcome back guys. This is nuts. I just want to show you something. This is completely insane. I've been doing this live stream music, nothing else, for 14 hours and 45 minutes. And I'm not sure if this is picking up my voice or anything right now while we're talking, but while I'm doing this, I thought, why not go into today's charts and show you what's going on. Also, let's have a look at the coin market cap. 1 second, coin market cap. So let's have a quick look at the coin market cap and see what the coin market cap is doing. So currently you can see we're at the 1.46, still hovering around this, not really any significant movement. The volume since yesterday is exactly the same, hasn't really moved or done anything. Only on the BTC we can see we had a $1 billion increase. That's all, $1 billion. But this you have to look at. So yesterday we were close to 20 billion. This has had a $3 billion. So Ethereum is definitely targeting to flip Bitcoin's volume, right? Just understand carefully, only the volume. So another 3 billion, it will flip the volume. So there's a lot of bullishness going on in Ethereum. Where it's going to go, I don't know. But this here, as you can see, still nowhere near where it needs to be. So it's only approximately 50%. So it's got a long way to go. You need another close to 270 billion to basically flip this. So there's a lot of news and talk going on about flipping, and so I thought, okay, I'll talk about this a little bit as well. Also, I just wanted to point one other coin, and we are going to talk about it, this particular coin. So it was yesterday, it was on the rank 28. As you can see today, in the last 24 hours, it's dumped a little bit. I want to talk a little bit more about this in detail, and what we'll do in order to do this, we'll do this. Right, let's find this, and what we'll do, we'll come back to this. All right, so we'll come back to this in a little bit. Let's start off with the show. So you all know this is one of my oldest charts that I've shown to you guys many times, and this is like a median line. So what I'm going to do today on the actual show, get rid of this line, leave the rest. I mean, some of these are irrelevant, so I will get rid of them. These were back in the days when we were targeting and monitoring. I'm going to get rid of them, but I'm going to leave these lines. Remember, once before I told you as well, I said frame this. Every line here is relevant. Okay, every line here is relevant. As you can see, you know, every time we had a little bit of a dump, we come and bounce on these lines. We bounce on these lines. I mean, it's not 100% accurate, but we bounce on these lines. These are the support ranges, and you know, these become support ranges, and these become resistance. So remember, every time we have a resistance in the future, it acts as a support. So these were previous resistance, which now have become support. Previous resistance, now support. This is a previous resistance acting as a resistance, but if we break it, we're bound to go back up again. So this is why this chart was always very relevant until we go to these numbers. So our targets will change once we hit these thresholds. So yeah, that's that. Let's go into another chart that I've recently shown you as well, and we built some target lines, and I showed you where the traffic zone was, right? And you can see not long ago, a few days ago, right, say last week, we did attempt to break it. Then we came back down again. The bears took full control, brought us back down again. Currently, again, we found support on the line, and we're finding resistance on the upward side. If we have broken this. Question is can we stay above? So let's go on a shorter time frame and see what happens. So yeah, we can't. So again, here, as you can see, we're facing heavy resistance on these lines. So even though they're all to do with Bitcoin, each chart has its own little thing. And plus, another thing somebody mentioned was why do different exchanges show different prices? Well, this is the reason. This is on Binance, right? And you can see this is on Bitstamp. Each one has its own little specific thing, but what we look for is the average range. This is why these lines are not bang on accurate, because you don't know which exchange, I don't know which exchange you're looking at. So, but we do still monitor all of them. Right, let's move on to another one. This is Bitfinex, right? So this is a one that I've been plotting recently, and as you can see, this is on a 30-minute. Let me change it, but because I've been actually observing it minute to minute to see what's been going on. And we drew this channel, and we said, okay, there's a channel. We can see there's a clear pattern, a clear channel forming, right? We can see a channel forming, and if we were to have a low, we would follow this path, right? And what I can do on this video Let me just do this while you're here so you know that I just did this. What we can do, one second, is take this and adjust this, right? So we can adjust this and say, well, this is the adjustment line, because if we are going to move further, then this would be the adjustment line, which actually is quite good because it does show us where the fib lines are, right? So this is my own little custom way of doing things, so you won't really understand much on this one, but what I can show you is how I see where we are right now. Okay, it's not how, where. So if you look carefully here, you can see that we had a situation where we broke above this 0.5 level. This is the candle we're on now. Let me show you quickly. This is the candle we're on now. Okay, so focus on this candle. And then if you look carefully, this is in the center of this 618 and this. And we actually got rejected exactly on the 618. The last time you can see here, right, we got rejected when we broke above the 618. We shot up, you know, we did an explosive move, and we got rejected exactly here on the 0.65 level. All right, that's where we got rejected. So currently, as you can see, we're facing on the 786. So this is on the shorter time frame, because I'm using longer and shorter time frame. So I've got two Fibonacci's here. This is one of the Fibonacci, and I'll show you quickly what I mean. All right, so we've got one of the Fibonacci here. This is one of them. Right, so this is the longer time Fibonacci from the high to the low, and this is showing us this is where we are. So this is on the longer time frame. And if we get rid of this one and we do a shorter time frame, then what you see is from this rejection point to the bottom here. Let's just put it to the bottom here, right? And you can see where we were. So we were down here, right? So this was the bottom that I was tracking. Where is it? Yeah, I was tracking this bottom here, right? So if I track this bottom here, what you can see is basically this is where we are right now. This 618 level, you can see. So this 618 level, so you can see we're up at the bottom here. So that's what it is. We are facing, you know, right now it's very indecisive. The market's actually trying to decide what to do. You can see this candle, right, on a 4-hourly, constantly changing, right? If we put it on an hourly, you can see that there's been a lot of action, a lot of downward pressure. You can see how the bears are trying to say, no, you can't go up, because this is why you have to understand what the actual situation is going on, right? So even if we take a shorter time frame, just show you what I'm seeing. So if we take this and we put it down here, right, you see this level here, this particular specific level here, where we are here right now. So let's move it over to show you. Okay, just here. So you see this particular level here, but we're not far off from breaking this. If we break this and we come into the upper band of this particular trend kind of a box that I drew, right, if we come into this, then the next move takes us above the 35k. Once we're in the 35k, we can come back into this 36.7 zone, which is this particular area. If we can beat this, then we end up having a higher high, which is higher than this high. And this kind of invalidates this bottom downward trend, because so far, if you look carefully, right? If you look carefully, and let me put one here. This is kind of the trend, right? This is kind of the trend. Let's put this here for you, just for you to see, right? So currently, this is a downward trend. So in order for us to break this downward trend, if we have another candle, right, and just for the sake of this video, I'm just put this here. This is not permanent, guys. So just for the sake of this, if we have another one here, then this reverses the trend. You see, this makes it into a sideways pattern, which is actually a lot better. So that's what we want to see on these particular levels. You know, we want to see a lovely, sorry if my computer's making a bit of noise. That's because we're obviously live streaming and recording at the same time, so a lot of resources being used. Anyway, let's move over to the next part and show you. So this is the longer time I've been tracking. As you can see, this one's like infinite tracking since 2010. And I also have a range here, right, where we could see massive traffic, we can see massive problems. Again, the Fibonacci's are relevant because exactly on the Fibonacci line, as you can see, on the Fibonacci line itself, and I'll change the color, on the Fibonacci line, we are finding resistance. You can see on this specific trend line, which I said yesterday, I said it seems to be confirmed, right? This seems to be a confirmed trend line. It bounced perfectly on this trend line. Okay, so we broke out of this channel. This was a medium channel. We broke out of this, which is really good. Smaller channel, medium channel, we broke out of all of this. And now we're about to go and test that bigger channel. Once we test this bigger channel, we have a lot of traffic here. There's going to be a lot of volatility. However, if we do manage, so this is the bullish news I want to give you. If we do manage to make a candle, right? So if we, let me grab this. If we do manage to get a candle, a single candle, and go somewhere above this, this area here will annihilate all the bears. Literally will destroy the bears. So that's actually a good thing if you're a bull, right? If you're a bear, then it's a very bad thing. So what's going to happen is we're going to end up, anybody who's trying to short the market, who's winning right now on this candle. So if we go into the 4 hourly, just so we can see what's going on. So right now here, you can see the bears are in control, right? We can see the bears are in control. So if you're a bear and we basically end up breaking above this Fibonacci line, breaking above this particular lower high, and then we break above this one, and then we basically break above this one, and we create a higher high, every single bear there is going to be annihilated. And it's not about just sticking to this line, so there's a lot more to it. So it's not just about sticking to the line. If we can go smash through and then confirm and go up, everybody's annihilated here. All the bears are going to be annihilated and the market will flip back up. So I hope that kind of makes sense. You do understand what we're talking about. These fib lines are very important for us. So once we smash through these lines, if we get into these 786 level, and then if we get back into these levels, this is where we're going to have the biggest fight. I'm sure there's a lot of shorts just sitting here, ready to push the market down. But if we get more momentum and if we've got more strength, we can push it up, right? Also, I've kept the SRC. Again, you see, as we progressed towards the right, as we progressed and as this was getting lower and lower and lower, you see our resistance is getting lower and lower and lower as well. So you can see there's not really much strength on this resistance. There's absolutely not much strength at all. Very low strength compared to what we had before. We had like a massive zone. The zones are getting tighter, which means that we have more chances of breaking up if we do make this one push. But it's not just about relying on the bears or anything like this. This is now a collaborative effect, right? Everybody in the world, and the grandma and the grandpa, has to come out and actually buy BTC on chain, trade it, long it, whatever, on chain to shoot this up. Because if we do shoot this up, this just changes, reverses everything, literally changes everything. But remember, this is the one threshold we need to go above. This 41,400 is the level that we need to beat. And so far, as you saw here, this is the exact top of the actual support resistance cluster. If we can peak above this and confirm it, so what we need to do, we need to somehow go above, and we need to have one candle and confirm this and then shoot up. That's it. Game over for all the bears, game on for all the bulls. Okay. Also, I just want to quickly show you, just for confirmation, I just want to show you. So you do know a few videos ago I made this particular thing. Quite a few videos, more than a few videos ago actually, I made this, and I drew this box, right? I drew this box, and let me change the color on this. Sorry, I don't know if you realize, I accidentally left a white background, and that's caused me a lot of issue. But anyway, so this is my line, and what you're seeing is obviously we've got the trend line here, confirmation, but look again, right? The fibs are bang on. So these are the fibs from where we were before. So the fibs are bang on, right? And then here you go, you've got that resistance box. This was the quicksand effect type of a box. This is where we're facing this particular problem. As soon as we break out this, it's a different story. It's a different story. So again, we need to see a candle go above this, but right now for the short term, we just need to see one candle go above this 36,540 and then confirm and stay above, right? So the pattern we're looking for is, we shoot up, we break above, and then we stay above, and then we move. That's what we want in the next few weeks. I don't think it's going to be a daily thing. I mean, if it does, that's going to be a good one. But knowing BTC can do anything. But so far, what I'm really, really happy is that we broke out the wedge 4 days ago, right? So this is on a daily. Just look at this. This is what we're looking for. This is the type of bullish divergence we're looking for. Also, when we're talking about bullish divergence, 1 second, let me get this as well. When we're talking about bullish divergence, we are looking for information on the RSI. right? We're looking for information on the money flow. We're looking for information on the RSI. And as you can see here, right, this is what I'm talking about, bullish divergence, right? So the blue line is the RSI, and you can see this is proper bullish divergence, very bullish. And then we're looking for money flow, seeing if the money's coming in, and also that is on a bullish divergence as well, right? And just to get a little bit more confirmation, we can also pop into the stochastic RSI on the dailies, and we can say, right, let's zoom into this and let's see what is this showing us, right? So far, as you can see, this is what this is showing us as well. Sorry, my bad, wrong one. Let's get this one. You can see this is also showing us a bullish divergence, right? So, you know, going into these levels, buying and selling, this is on a daily. Normally we should see it on a weekly, and on a weekly, as you can see, you know, it's almost, so let me show you this on the weekly. So if we sit around on a weekly, you can see this, you know, we have attempted it, and this blue line here. So remember, this blue line is trying to flip, and so far from what I can see, you know, when I zoom in big time, right, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the blue is about to flip back in again. So market will go bullish. But for us to be total bullish and on the bull run again, we need to enter here and then shoot up, right? That's what we need. That's the one. If we top out on this level this time, I think that's it. For us, it's going to be, you know, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. So let's see what happens. Let's get rid of this. I don't know how I managed to do this all the time, but let's get out of this. So this is where we are. This is what we're seeing right now. But as I said, this particular area box here, you saw me draw this. You can go back and check the video long time ago. Also, guys, if you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed, please do. It does help the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this kind of crazy stuff, maybe a bit of live stream and simultaneously do one of these videos. That's something I might do. Also, we've got a membership section where you can go and you can become a member, and you can actually contact me directly from there. A lot of these videos end up in the members section first, and then you know, depending on how serious I feel about them and how valuable I feel they are, I will update everybody on the public, maybe, you know, hours later, even sometime days later. But we are going to be doing a lot more live stream on the members section, so the members will get the information as is at that very specific moment. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. And then, you know, because the thing is what I've noticed is with YouTube, when it's if it's pre-recorded, they're taking forever. But if it is live, then they actually show it instantly. Maybe not at the best quality, about 720p, but I'm sure I can fix that later. Let's see what happens. You know, I'm sure I can fix that. Right, let's go into a little bit of Ethereum right now. So now that we've got that over, so yeah, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Very important. Like, share, and subscribe. And also check out the membership. As I said, it's the lowest amount YouTube will allow me to charge, but I wanted to do this just to filter certain things. So go and check it out. The member section, there's a button that will say join. Also notifications, make sure you turn all your notifications on. Okay, so coming to Ethereum on the daily, as you can see, coming to Ethereum, we struggled. So this particular area here, this Fibonacci 065, the 2,315 level, we struggled. We were trying to get above that. Every time we did, we got rejected. We got a massive rejection day before yesterday. And then yesterday we attempted it. And then today, as you can see, when the market opened, bulls came back and they shot it back up, and that's kind of reflected in this actual $3 billion that we were talking about here. It's kind of reflected in this, right? So when you look at that, you can see that this is exactly what's happened here. So far Ethereum is playing a slightly different game. I think it's definitely trying to create a new high, but then we've got this area here. This is like the ultimate battleground that we have to beat, especially this 2,640 level. If we beat this, then we should be back on the roll and start moving back up again, because you see this particular level here, where is it? So this one here, once we go above this, we can invalidate this candle, and then we can focus on this particular candle, which is on the top of the actual box itself, and then we can move back up to the 4K, 4.5K, wherever we were, the 4,380 on this particular Bitstamp account. So that's where we should be going. That's what we should be looking at. So far everything looks very bullish. So let's see. I mean, the market's about to restart, guys. That's the most important thing. It's about to restart, and this is how we can see this, right? So this is the total market cap, right? So on the total market cap, we can see that we've had this mega trend here. We've got this mega trend here, right, where we've got this specific range. You can see this medium trend here and this mini trend here, and all of these trends kind of converged, right? They all kind of converged at this one point, right? So technically at this one point, right? So the small one and the large one in this one point, and we struggled. As you can see, we constantly struggled until today. Today we finally broke in. And again, remember one thing: when the market is moving downwards, right? So I want to show you this here, a very important thing to see. When the market is moving downwards, right, you have less and less resistance because the price is lower for you to resist. When you're trending upwards, you're going to have all the resistance because you're trying to create a higher high, a higher number, which means you need to put a lot more money in. Here, you need very little money to actually flip the market, right? You know, go back on the bullish trend. So that's what it is. These trends are breaking, but we do still have this this Fibonacci area here where I marked it, this red zone here. We are going to see some resistance here. So about 4 days ago we did face some resistance, and then prior to that we've had some resistance here, and as you can see, we've constantly been having resistance around this particular zone here, this golden pocket zone. So if we do enter this and we break this, then we've got this particular level here as a downward trend, as a place of rejection. Once we beat that, then we're going to have to go to the 1.5 and beat that, and then we've got to go to the 1.7, beat that. The only time the market will kind of look back to normal is when we go to this 1.85 level, or you can say 1.88. It doesn't matter which one. Either one of those levels, if we can get to, that is the area that we say now, okay, the market seems bullish, money's coming back in, everyone's happy, let's move the market. So let's go into Shiba swap. So yesterday they launched this Shiba swap thing, Shiba price, bone, leash, you know, TVL, total value locked, 1.13 billion. A lot of people went in and provided liquidity, you know, they swap, fetch, so many different products here. But I haven't jumped in, and I'll be honest with you why I haven't jumped in. It's all good to go in and stake and do whatever, but I need to get a little bit more confirmation from the development community around the world to say it's okay. So far, retail have jumped in. All the retail are gone bullish, right? It doesn't matter, right? I mean, obviously, if you entered first, they may have offered you some bonus or whatnot, but it doesn't matter. For us, you know, from the development community, we don't want to just jump on the boat just because it's a boat. It might be a sinking boat, right? I don't know if it makes sense to you. So we're holding back. I'm holding back. Everyone's holding back. None of us is doing anything. We're not going to provide any of this stuff. We are going to be holding back a little bit until we see that everything is stable, until we see there's no problems. Because on the code, everything seems okay, but there was one particular issue someone picked up, and I said, okay, it sounds good. And this is one of the reasons why we're holding back. So anybody who's watching this channel, I would recommend you just hold back. It's not going to go away. If this is legit, it's going to stay there. Don't worry about it. Because the problem is when you start locking your coins into these places, and if someone who wants to basically scam you or anything like this, they can. However, we do know one good thing about Shiba is they haven't, with Shiba, they haven't actually kept any tokens for themselves, as far as we know. Apparently, they locked the liquidity and then burnt 50% of the value or the key or token or something like this, which is good. So we do understand that they are trying to do something in a very humble way, and we hope that they do. But right now, if I've been warned that there are some bugs in here, then I want to stay away from the bugs for right now, just in case you could have a permanent loss or something. So that's all I'm going to say right now. I'm just sticking away. But what I have seen, as soon as it went into this, there was an opposite reaction. So normally, if you're going to be locking your Shiba, you know, you're going to be buying, holding, staking, locking your Shiba. One of the things that we do have as an immediate effect, right? Let's put it on the daily just to show you. As an immediate effect, you have a pump. But in this case, we didn't have a pump. We had a dump. So what's happened is what I can see. So this is going to be a bit of a translation from me. So, you know, what I'm going to say, let me just get rid of this for a second. So what's happened here is, you know, it's all bullish. Shiba swap is coming. And then Shiba swap comes along. And then the whales come along and they just dump it. The whales are dumping. So these are people who probably bought around here. They're waiting for you to get that news. As soon as the news came, so they bought it around here, news came out, they dumped it on you. Full stop. They just dumped it on you. And this is going to happen. So until the dumping settles and a lot of accumulation happens, I don't see anything that's going to move. So I would give it another week or two at least. I'll give it another week or two for it to actually start pumping back up. On the pump, whatever holding, so I'm not going to buy anymore, but whatever holding I have, I may go and lock it and then just climb it up. I think, you know, it's got potential if it's a legit currency. As I've always maintained, all coins are shit coins, but some of them do have potential. If this does have potential, then I am going to go ahead and lock something, but on a later stage, and I will let all the members know when I lock it. I'll probably even do it live on the video, you know, as a little sample just to show you how it's done. So I'll work on something for that for you guys. But yeah, that's what's going on. So doesn't look good right now. So don't panic, don't jump, don't FOMO, because you might get wrecked, right? Remember, don't FOMO. That's the one thing you don't do. You don't FOMO into new technology. Sometimes you got to just give it a month or something. I mean, remember, people were buying Teslas and Teslas were falling apart. And then the next version, they fix some problems. Then on the third version, they fix some more problems. And they're apparently still fixing problems on the actual Tesla Model S. Can you imagine? It's like a 10-year-old model and they're still fixing problems because it's not perfect. So similar with technology, you know, as you know, the codes are bang on. I have to be honest, the codes are really good. But in the codes, there may be slight problems when it comes to JavaScript or, you know, other manipulations that we do in order to display certain things or do a certain function. And this could be the case here. For example, this is nothing new. Right, this can be done. It's very simple to do, but the thing is, inside is where all the magic happens, the back end. And if there is a bit of a discrepancy, then that needs to be fixed. But you don't want to try it out with risking your funds in there. And I'm sure they have no ill intention. They will definitely fix those once it's been brought up and put to them. But I think they just rushed it out too soon. They shouldn't have done that. That's just my opinion. They should have tested it, done everything, done all the audits, and then come back with it. All right. So yeah. So other than that, guys, I know it's a bit of a long video because I did go through quite a bit here, but you know, market looks positive. Market looks positive. This is the key right now. If we do break this, as I said, you know, we are going to attempt to come here, and it depends if we can break this. This is the key. This is the one that we are looking at. You know, as you can same again, if we can break this, confirm this, this is the one we're looking at. So right now, everything looking pretty good, pretty bullish in my opinion. But again, if you haven't bought, guys, then don't go nuts on it. Okay, don't go crazy, don't FOMO in. If you do want to buy, and this is something I'm going to say today, right, because I don't normally say this to anybody. Give me a second. I'm doing this non-stop. I have no idea how I'm doing this. Right, let's go back here. Right, so if you do want to buy, right, if you do want to buy, what you want to do is you want to put your buy orders around these levels here. So what you're trying to do is buy on the bounce, right? So today, for example, if we were to have a bounce, the range would be approximately 34,300, maybe even 34,500. So you want to put your buy order around these levels, 33,000, yeah, 34,500. That would be your buy range. So if you were to set up a buy range, that's where you would put it, you know, just to pick it up if you can. But you don't buy it here. Don't FOMO here just because we're going to rock it up. Don't FOMO because it's going to come down. And when it comes down, on the confirmation is where you want to buy. So like recently, if someone decided to, oh, this pumping here, this candle's pumping, don't buy. Wait for it to bounce back here. So if somebody was patient and they bought it on this line, then they went back up again and they made a decent amount of money. So that's how you play this. You know, just use your tools. So on the stochastic RSI on the 4 hour, you can see we're already overbought, right? It's already saying we're overbought. So it is going to take a little bit of a dump. Let's go into the hourly to see what it's showing. Yes, it's already, dump is already started because it was overbought. So you can see a few hours ago, it was overbought, and it's going to last for a few hours. It's going to dump down, 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 down until it comes here. So remember, when it comes back down here is exactly when it's going to come back down here. And that's when you want to buy. So I hope that kind of makes sense. A little bit of a bonus at the end. But like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one. Adios, my amigos. spend hours and hours scouring through YouTube looking for Bitcoin content that you are interested in. You just want facts, nothing more. But you come across too many channels talking from a script. It feels like talking from a script. Everyone's talking about the same thing. You go and you keep on searching and they're constantly talking about the same thing. Too many channels who are not talking about what is happening exactly right now. Today, you need to know what's happening today. Crypto doesn't wait for anybody. Too many channels who have pre-recorded videos and interviews not relevant to the current market status. So by the time you've heard that information or you've seen that information, it's already too late. Well, guess what? You've just come to the right place. Your search is over. You found the right YouTube channel, right? On this channel, I publish Bitcoin analysis every day, unbiased, and only the facts from the charts for the members. Members will see daily updates regardless which direction the market is moving. It doesn't matter. Members get the opportunity to send me custom designs for clothing line, which I will be posting on the channel's clothing website. And also get the opportunity to receive members only giveaways in BTC. As it's a Bitcoin channel, well, you will get it in Bitcoin. You will be able to contact me via various messaging services. Sometimes I would even give my personal phone number, but only for business and collaboration purposes. We will obviously decide on that later, but I'm just going to leave that there for you guys so you know. Your priority comment reply through YouTube. If you send a comment and I know you're a member and I can see it from the badge, I will know you're a member and you're going to be able to send me that message and I'll give you a reply back. You can request content directly to me. It's like similar to Patreon, right? So I know there's a service called Patreon. Where you go and pay and you say, I want to see this and I want to see that, and you do a project backing or something and you say, okay, let's get this production going and this and that. So obviously I'm not a production crew, I'm a one-man crew here, but I will do my best to get you those information that you want to see, that is relevant to you, and hopefully help everybody, because the whole idea here is we want to make the community grow. Okay, we want to make the community grow. I just want to add one more thing. As a member, you will get information on exactly which projects I will be investing personally in the future. I'm not invested in and I'm considering investing, and I will tell you. Obviously it's not financial advice, you decide, you do your own research, but I will definitely post those information to you. So I hope this is all helpful and hope to see you in the member section.